I wanted to understand about your customer acquisition strategy in the early days, especially when, you, as you rightly pointed out, you were going B2C. There was nobody. In fact, internet itself was so new. I remember laptops being bought for the first time in
Right.
2005, 2006.
Yeah.
Desktops, personal computers were still going to be a thing. At that point in time, what was your, customer acquisition strategy? And in general, how exactly, what was the overall plan there?
Okay. So, Sohail, as you would recall that what I mentioned was that after 2-3 months of launching, we were doing about 2 orders a day. Okay. And we had planned for about 45, 50 orders a day at that time. And that is when we started reaching out to these um, uh, within our network to these smaller groups like corporates and all, so that they can actually give us these bulk orders. Okay. Now, what we did when we actually reached out to these groups was that while they can place order for the group, we would also give them certain, you can say, a discount voucher or discount code for placing individual orders as well. Okay. So effectively, we were making use of our network, and we were creating an incentive for each one of them to place a personal order as well. Okay. And we would tell them that if you had a good experience with us, you can refer your friend. So when you refer your friend, you get an additional discount on the next purchase. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a kind of a referral program that we have put in place very early on. And the second thing that we did was that we knew that one of the main impediments for the growth of e-commerce in those days was the fact that there was a lack of trust, because people at large, they were not really sure of whether I can trust this particular website or not. They not fly by night operators? They can just take your money and fly away. Okay. So the most important thing that we did was kind of working on the trust part of the customers. So it would mean that the entire culture of the company was built on the fact that customer comes first. Okay. And if there is an issue which is being raised by the customer, we need to address it at any cost. Okay. Since that was early days, we would actually take all the customer issue and complaint seriously, even though there were a few of them which were kind of not very serious in nature, but our broader instructions were to kind of treat every customer complaint very, very seriously. And we would go to the extent of either doing a full refund, keeping the order as well. Okay. Or completely shipping you another t-shirt or another mug, whichever product you are not satisfied with, which you ordered, free of cost. Okay. Give an additional voucher to you to actually make the next purchase completely free of cost. So these kind of things helped people understand that we are here for a long haul. We are not going to run away. Okay. So they then became confident that yes, these guys are doing something right, and they would actually recommend. So the word of mouth also started happening. So that was one thing. Second thing was, again, going into we started I think this direct marketing only about a year later, because Google AdWords was also in very early phase of its development in those days. Okay. As it started developing, we started integrating all those things as well. But we in the initial days, we were not having that much money that we would actually spend a lot more on marketing and all. But yes, as we started raising money, we would spend money on marketing. Facebook was just getting started again. Facebook never really had anything else going on, but yeah, Google was there. So direct marketing mostly consisted of Google. We actually spent a lot of time on SEO. Okay. We were absolutely like you can say completely infatuated with the fact that we need to have organic traffic coming onto the website, and we had a couple of people working just on that. So these were some of the things in the early days that we did, Sohail, in order to kind of build up the customer base. Okay, obviously once we got the money, and then, as you know, the taps opened.